Hi golfers, Nick here from Nick Taylor Golf. Welcome to this week's Open special. Every day this week I'm going to have some content which is related to the Open. So today's Monday, I'm going to be looking at how to hit a shot into the wind. Okay, so hopefully you saw that shot. We probably went about 10 foot off the ground. I'm using a 5-iron here, and that's going to be such a useful shot to play around the course at Royal Troon this week. Whoever takes home the Claret Jug is going to have to play that shot well. So how do we play it? Well, first of all, we're going to look at the setup. Setup's really important. I'm going to set up, ball position, back in my stance. You can see the ball's almost off my right foot here. Ball position's quite important. That should help you deliver the club with the hands more forward, so there's more shaft lean. But it's important to note that will affect the path of the swing. Because we're hitting it earlier on the arc of the swing, earlier than normal, that club is going to be travelling a little bit more in to out. So you could expect more right to left curve, you could expect more pushes to the right, so just be aware of it. Playing the ball back, you're going to catch that ball earlier on the arc and you're probably going to hit slightly more from in to out. I'm going to set up, I'm going to place my weight on the left, so I've got about 70% of my weight on the left, and I'm going to try and keep it there throughout the swing. So in the backswing I'm going to try and keep my weight there and then push it forward in the downswing. You'll notice my handle position is almost on the inside of my left thigh. It's pretty much always there for a normal shot, but with a punch shot I'm going to keep it there, but it's going to appear that the handle's further forward because the ball's further back. That's quite important. I'm taking this 5-iron and de-lofting it to try and keep it low. So there's the setup. Ball back, weight forward, hands forward. From there, we're going to have to execute the shot. I said I want to try and keep my weight on my left the whole time. There's no point me setting up like this, moving over here, because then potentially I'm going to either hit behind it or sort of scoop it up into the air. We want to try and keep this as low as possible, so I'm going to keep my weight on my left. I'm going to cut down my swing a little bit. I'm going to do sort of more of a 3/4 backswing and a 3/4 follow through. That's going to reduce the speed and that's going to reduce the spin on the shot. We want to try and keep this ball as low as possible, and if you hit this as hard as possible, that's potentially could give a bit more spin, and we want to try and keep it down. So 3/4 backswing, 3/4 follow through. I'm going to try and keep the handle forward as I hit through, and one of the key moves is as I finish the swing, I want the handle the furthest from my body. If I was to swing through like that, with the handle on my body here, my wrists are going to be cupping, I'm going to be open the face. So I'm going to try and do the opposite to that. I want to try and keep this club face de-lofted for as long as possible, so as I go through I'm going to have sort of the longest arc on the finish. So setup's important. Ball back, weight forward, hands forward. In the swing, keep the weight on the left, 3/4 backswing, 3/4 follow through, and try and get the longest arc on the finish. You may have seen Zach Johnson, he won the Open last year. If you look at his swing, it's very similar to that. Maybe not a coincidence. Let's play the shot. Okay, you can see that there, about 10 foot off the ground. I'm going to play this shot from different angles so you can see. But guys, if you've got any comments on that, please post them in the box below, or you can catch me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Down the line view, you'll notice how my hands are moving inwards. You also notice how my left shoulder is moving downwards, and my knee flex is beginning to change.